Stop taking the advice that tells you to not date, especially if you are overly ambitious or well decorated professionally and academically. See, this is the thing that people do not tell when they are giving this clickbaity ass advice. It's that one, dating is a social skill. In the same way that you need social skills in professional networking or creating friendships, dating has its own unique social skill. If you are completely opting out, especially for long periods of time, you are not exercising that muscle of communication, that muscle of creating love. Not just finding interest, but creating love. Bell Hooks said famously that making relationships is vastly different than creating love. And that is true. And that comes from communication, that comes from intention, that comes from showing up. See, a lot of the advice for those of us that are ambitious, it follows the same framework as business advice. And that's why we have this never-ending conversation of all relationships are transactional. And that is not true. That's also a different conversation for a different time, because I really, really, really want to dive deeper into that. You need to go out and experience life. Okay? That's a full stop right there. In the same way that you need to deepen your knowledge of the world, audit your life, right? When it comes to professionally, financially, all these things. You don't audit your dating life. You don't audit your friendships in that same framework. And I really hate using the business jargon and corporate vernacular for our dating and love lives and romance and our joys and our pleasures and our desires, because it does not operate the same. So many people are trying to optimize your dating life, and that is why you don't have one. So many people are trying to be effective in the same way that you're trying to produce a spreadsheet or produce some type of results, and that is why you don't have love. A lot of y'all genuinely do not understand that love is your birthright. That's a full stop. In addition to understanding that love is your birthright, love is my birthright. Love is everybody's birthright. And so that does not make you the exception to the rule when it comes to how you need to show up. A lot of us, the only emotional depth that you're going to reach is the same emotional depth that you have for that business. Is that same emotional depth that you have for that degree. And I'm speaking from a perspective of someone who has been in more universities than I have fingers. Not only in this country, but across the world. I have been a scholar, a critically acclaimed scholar at that. Studied in the Galapagos and in the south of France and in Costa Rica and across the nation. Published research. Also have worked in big tech, going to the top universities in the nation. So I can speak on this in depthly as someone who is a well-decorated scholar, and I'm only 27. And so all those areas that people are trying to pull fear from you, you need to be so privy to it, especially when you understand how the algorithm works, how APIs work, how social media works to keep you engaged. Once you start to notice the pattern of all the videos on your FYP page sound the same, exit out. Like, exit out for the day. Because that is pattern recognition. You're falling into the trap of seduction. In the same token as like the stay-at-home wife, you don't need to do anything. The whole like loser epidemic of you don't need to do anything and you could just sit and someone's going to save you. That is the same coin of you don't need to date as an overly ambitious woman. What are we talking about? I really want people to like get down to the root. What are we talking about? What is the core that's trying to be conveyed? And it's fear. It's fear. That is it. I bursted the bubble. It's fear. And I need people to understand when your fear is being seduced. Okay? It's seductive. It sparks interest. If you want to have a full, robust dating life, you have to enjoy people. You have to enjoy other people's interests beyond your own. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be sensual. You have to be understanding. You have to be compassionate. It's not a transaction. And if you are really of the belief that love, that relationships, that romance is a transaction, what are you willing to pay for it? Especially when it's not money. Because now it's not cutesy anymore. And if that is the belief in which you are operating life out of, what did you pay for it? And what shame did that spark? If everything's a transaction, all purchases aren't pleasant. And that's what y'all need to realize.